Hey Freedom Lovers, this is Dr. Peterson Pierre with America's Frontline Doctors bringing you today's Daily Dose. Pfizer failed to inform pregnant women participating in its clinical trial for the RSV vaccine that the clinical trial of a similar vaccine by GSK was halted after a safety signal revealed a potential risk of preterm births leading to neonatal deaths. According to an investigation by the British Medical Journal, even though Pfizer knew about the potential safety signal and was studying preterm births as an, quote, adverse event of special interest, it continued to enroll women in its clinical trial and did not fully inform participants of the risks the vaccine may pose to their babies, and in some cases provided misleading and contradictory statements. This should not come as a surprise based on Pfizer's history. Attorney Thomas Renz had this to say, and I quote, "The BMJ article demonstrates Pfizer's continued disregard for the law and patient choice. The entire point of informed consent is to ensure a patient can make a decision based on all available information. Rather than embracing the Nuremberg Code and American laws and regulations, Pfizer seems to view informed consent as a barrier to sales, something that causes vaccine hesitancy or drug hesitancy." According to Sasha Latipova, a retired pharmaceutical industry executive with 25 years experience, I quote, "There should have never been a clinical trial in pregnant women studying any injections aimed at RSV in pregnant women. Pregnancy and the potential to become pregnant is historically the most protected class of human subjects from clinical research because the risks and potential to cause inadvertent harm are too devastating to justify scientific interest in made-up subjects like RSV." She goes on to say, and I quote, "The vast majority of parents have not heard of RSV if they've not been exposed to CDC fear-mongering and renaming of otherwise harmless common colds. The incidence or prevalence of RSV is not known precisely because it poses no danger to anyone. In the US, RSV is attributed as a cause of death to about 17 infants per year out of 4 million plus babies, based on a review of 12 years worth of death certificates," end quote. Both GSK and Pfizer were developing an RSV vaccine for pregnant women, but GSK halted its phase 3 vaccine trial in February of last year over a possible increased risk of preterm births and neonatal deaths in vaccinated participants. However, Pfizer didn't care. They continued to enroll and vaccinate pregnant women for months after the potential risk of preterm birth from GSK's clinical trial was publicized. And in spite of all of this, the FDA's advisory committee still cleared the shot, even though 4 out of 14 committee members said Pfizer's data was inadequate to support its safety. At this point, we shouldn't be surprised by anything the FDA does or these drug companies because it's all driven by money. So Pfizer developed another product that the FDA authorized for an illness that has a 99.99% chance of complete recovery at the risk of killing off a few babies. Totally worth the billions of dollars they can make. Do you see the pattern now? Ladies and gentlemen, only the truth will set you free. Stay tuned for the next Daily Dose.